Hello guys, welcome to Naandhi and welcome to the daily current affairs session. So in this session, we will discuss One Nation, One Ration Card scheme, National Food Security Act 2013, NATO, North Atlantic Treaty Organization, and we will see what are the core sectors of the Indian economy. Let's begin the session. Let's see the first topic, that is ONORC is tailor-made for migrants. What is ONORC? It means one nation, one ration card. Okay, so this particular policy was introduced by the central government on July 1st, 2020 in order to help the COVID-19 affected migrant workers. Okay, so recently the Supreme Court had asked the central government to detail the scheme to provide food to migrant workers hit by the COVID-19. So in response, the central government referred this One Nation, One Ration Card scheme in order to help the migrant workers who are impacted by the COVID-19. So let's see what is ONORC. This particular policy or scheme is aimed to empower all National Food Security Act migrant beneficiaries to access food grains at any fair price shop of their choice anywhere in the country by using their same or existing ration card with biometric information authentication. Okay, so all the migrant workers who are beneficiaries of the National Food Security Act can access the food grains at any fair price shop of their own choice. There is no compulsion that a particular migrant should take the ration at a particular shop. No, according to their choice, they can take their ration from any fair price shop anywhere in India with the same existing. There is no need for new ration card, by the way. The existing or same ration card is more than enough. All right, so with a biometric authentication, and that ration card should be connected to Aadhaar card in order to access the portability scheme. Okay, so this is the significance of this particular scheme, by the way. So this is really a good step to help the migrant workers, because you know that migrant workers travels from one place to another place. So in such situation, it would be very difficult for them to travel back to their own state and take the ration and come back again. So it's very difficult. So in order to help them, so the government rolled out this particular One Nation, One Ration Card scheme so that they can access this food grains at anywhere in India at any shop of their own choice with the same existing ration card. Okay, even Andhra Pradesh has also implemented this scheme, by the way, and it will be implemented by all states and union territories. Okay, so this is the significance of this particular scheme. So this is important from a preliminary plus mains point of view. Okay, at mains point of view, it is significant from GS2, government policies and interventions for the development of various sectors, and preliminary polity. Okay, and current affairs. So let's talk about National Food Security Act 2013. Okay, it was introduced in 2013 by a statutory act. Okay, by a act. And what is it? It is responsible for the provision of subsidized food grains to up to 75% of the rural population and 50% of the urban population, all states and union territories. So it covers rural areas plus urban areas also, and states plus union territories also. Okay, and let's see the key features of this NFSA, National Food Security Act. Key features. So this act provides for coverage up to 75% of the rural population and 55% of the urban population in states and union territories. Okay, along with that, the eligible persons will be entitled to receive 5 kgs of food grains per person per month at subsidized prices of 3 to 1 rupee per kg for rice, wheat, coarse grains respectively. The existing Antyodaya Anna Yojana households, which actually constitute the poorest of the poor, will continue to receive 35 kgs of food grains per households per month, and PHS persons who are also entitled to receive 5 kgs of food grains per month. And one more important thing here, it also provides nutritional support to women and children. Besides meal to pregnant women and lactating mothers during pregnancy and 6 months after the childbirth, such women will also be entitled to receive maternity benefit of not less than 6,000 rupees. So it provides maternity benefits of 6,000 rupees as in the form of money also, and children up to 14 years of age will be entitled to nutritious meals as per the prescribed nutritional standards. And in case of non-supply of entitled food grains or meals, the beneficiaries will receive food security allowances. Okay, the act also contains provisions for setting up of grievance redressal mechanism in case if there is any problem. So in order to resolve that, there is a provision for grievance redressal mechanism at district and state levels. Okay, and also ensure transparency and accountability in this particular act also. And this particular act is significant from the point of view of sustainable development goals. As you know that under sustainable development goals, goal 2 deals with this, to end the hunger in all forms by 2030 and to achieve the food security. Okay, so in order to fulfill this goal, India, as you know that India is a signatory of the sustainable development goals. As a signatory, India has a responsibility to fulfill these targets. Okay, so this is also helpful to achieve this goal 2, and it's also in sync with this SDGs goal 2. Okay, and the particular aim is to ensure everyone everywhere, okay, has enough quality food to lead healthy life. And such schemes such as midday meal scheme, public distribution PDS, integrated child development schemes are also included under these acts. Okay, midday meal scheme, PDS, and ICDS schemes also are included in this particular National Food Security Act, and this has been implemented by, as I told you, all states and union territories of India. So these facts are very important, so please remember facts and understand the concepts. Okay, so this is very important. These facts you have to remember. Okay, next topic, NATO, that is North Atlantic Treaty Organization. Okay, so why this is in news? By the way, this topic is important from preliminary point of view as part of current affairs plus international relations, as part of mains GS2. It falls under GS paper 2, international treaties and agreements and effects of policies and politics of countries on India's interests. Okay, so why this is in news? The current United States of America President Joe Biden calls NATO as a sacred obligation of United States of America. So this is a strategic shift. This statement shows a shift. It marks a shift from the US foreign policy, because in the earlier Donald Trump's regime, he threatened to withdraw from the NATO alliance. Okay, but here Joe Biden is talking about strengthening the NATO alliance, and he's talking about it is a sacred obligation of United States of America to protect the NATO allies and the European countries. Okay, so he's trying to get the trust back, which was diminished under the Trump regime. Okay, so let's see what is NATO and why currently why Joe Biden is referring to the NATO in order to counter rise of China and Russian aggression. So in order to counter these both countries, again they are trying to strengthen or reinvigorate the NATO. That is NATO 2.0. Okay, let's see what is North Atlantic Treaty Organization and why it was formed. Okay, so NATO means North Atlantic Treaty Organization. It is a military alliance. Look at this, it's a military alliance, not economic alliance or not political alliance. It is a military alliance established by North Atlantic Treaty, or also called as Washington Treaty, in 1949 after the World War II, during the Cold War era. Post World War II, during the Cold War era. Okay, in order to counter the then USSR. Okay, so the key provisions of the treaty, the so-called Article 5, and now the Joe Biden also referred to the Article 5 here. Article 5 is sacred obligation, Mr. Biden said, referring to the Transatlantic Alliance's collective defense pledge. Okay, so let's see what is this Article 5 Joe Biden is talking about. Okay, this Article 5 states that if any one member of alliance, that is NATO, is attacked in Europe or North America, it is to be considered an attack on all members that effectively puts Western Europe under nuclear umbrella of the United States of America. So it clearly says that there are almost 29 members in the NATO alliance. If any outsider, if anyone, whether China or Russia, attacks any member among these 21 members, it is treated as attack on all the 29 members, and they immediately comes under the nuclear umbrella of the United States of America. Collective defense. It's basically talking about the collective defense system. Okay, so this was only once invoked. Okay, until now Article 5 was invoked only once, that too after 9/11 attacks in 2001 on the World Trade Center in United States of America by Osama bin Laden. Okay, so that was the only time the Article 5 was invoked. And where is the headquarters of NATO? It is in Brussels, Belgium. Okay, and headquarters of Allied Command Operations in Mons. It is also in Belgium, but different cities, by the way, don't get confused. Okay, headquarters of Allied Command Operations, they are in different places. And if you look at the objectives of NATO, what are the objectives of NATO along with this military alliance and common protection? Okay, and it also promotes democratic values and enables members to consult and cooperate on defense and security related issues to solve problems, build trust in the long run, prevent conflicts. It also prevents the conflicts. So basically it promotes the democratic values, liberal democratic values. It also talking here also. So now these liberal democratic values are threatened by the China plus Russia, according to the United States of America. So in order to counter these both the countries, now they are planning to strengthen NATO. And I was told you yesterday, current affairs, they are applying for this B3W, okay, initiative to counter the Belt and Road Initiative of China. Okay, please go through the yesterday's current affairs. You know this, what is B3W and why this B3W was formed. Okay, and it also promotes peaceful resolution of disputes. Okay, if a diplomatic efforts fails, it has a military power to undertake crisis management operation. So I mean, this is not the, I mean, violence is not the first resort, by the way. It first it's try to solve the issues peaceful way, and if it fails, then they'll adapt the different methods to solve the crisis. Okay, so this is the significance of NATO, by the way. Please remember this fact, and especially this article 5. Okay, collective defense mechanism. At the same time, this headquarters and this Washington Treaty is also very important, and it's a military alliance and current number. So all these facts are very, very important. By the way, it was established, it was formed during the Cold War period in order to counter the then USSR and to protect the Western allies of the United States of America. Okay, and Israel is also a NATO member, and Turkey is also a NATO member. By the way, India is not a NATO member. Okay, India is not a NATO member, though the United States of America tried to give equal status to India with when it compared to the NATO members, but India is not a NATO member yet. Okay. Let's see the next topic. Cement out offtake drops 25% in April, June. So this is significant, cement, because cement is part of a core sectors of Indian economy. Okay, so let's see, this topic is important from your GS 3 mains. At the same time, preliminary economy and current affairs. Okay, let's see what are the core sectors of Indian economy. Okay, core sectors of Indian economy are main or key industries in the economy. In India, there are 8 core sectors. There are electricity, steel, refinery products, crude oil, coal, cement, here it is, and natural gas, fertilizers. So what is the significance of these core sectors? Because these core sectors has a major impact on general economic activities and also industrial activities. They significantly impact most other industries as well. So the core industry represents the capital base of Indian economy. These 8 industries have combined share of 40% in the index of industrial production. Okay, the overall, the combined share of these 8 core industries in the IPP is 40%, more than 40%. What is this IIP index of industrial production? Is an index which details out the growth of various sectors. So it gives information regarding the growth and development of various sectors within a specified time period. Okay, for example, in economies such as minerals mining, electricity manufacturing, etc., over a specified period. Okay, and who compiles it, by the way? Who compiles IIP? It is compiled and published. Okay, it is compiled and published monthly. It is a monthly index, by the way, by the Central Statistical Organization, CSO, under the ministry, which is under the Ministry of Statistics and Program. Please remember these facts. IIP is compiled and published by monthly by the Central Statistical Organization, CSO, under the ministry, which is under the Ministry of Statistics and Program. Let's see other details regarding this article. So there is also one more index, that is index of 8 core index. So these 8 core industries has a separate index in order to track their development, right? So what is this index? It's an index prepared and released by the Office of Economic Advisor. So this particular index is prepared and released by Office of Economic Advisor, OEA. Okay, it comes under the Department of Promotion and Promotion of Industry and Internal Trade, DPIIT, under the Ministry of Commerce and Industry of Government of India. So please remember these details, which are very important for your preliminary point of view, by the way. And IIP also, okay, CSO, it's a very different department, and this index of 8 core industries are released by the Office of Economic Advisor, which comes under this particular department, and it is released 12 days before the IPP is released. So 12 days before the IIP released, it gets released. Okay, what is the objective of this index? The objective of this index is to give an advance indication on production performance of the industries which are of core nature before the release of the IIP. Okay, and it also measures individual plus collective performances of the core industries, individual plus collective also. Okay, and this index is used by policy makers, including Ministry of Finance and other ministries and departments, and also used by banks for financing infrastructure. It also used by the banks for financing infrastructure projects, and by the RBI also. It is used by Reserve Bank of India also. Let's see the base year. What is the base year for this index? So the index, the base year is shifted from 2004-5 to 2011-12 from 2017. Okay, since 2017 the base year is 2011 and 12. So earlier it was 2004 and 5. Please remember this base year, it is important. Okay, so these are the details which is important for this particular topic. Here you can see the 8 core industries: coal, crude oil according to the weightage. Okay, coal weights more, and next second crude oil, natural gas, refinery, steel, cement, fertilizer, and electricity. These are the 8 core industries of Indian economy. So this is very important topic, and these all quite often comes in the current affairs. So please remember these details. So retail inflation at 6.3%, and 6-month high. So this is talking about the inflation. Okay, why this retail inflation has been rising these days? So because of the rising fuel prices and edible oil prices, India's wholesale price inflation soaring to a record 12.94, almost 13%, and which was 10.5% in April. Okay, so this is really alarming. So in order to know what is inflation and how it impacts the consumer and business, and who has the responsibility to control this inflation, to know all these details, please watch the Priya Madam video on inflation. Okay,